Blessings to you, beautiful soul. Right now, in this very moment, the angels are surrounding you with pure light and unconditional love. Welcome to Angel's Message for You, a sacred space where heaven reaches down and speaks directly to your heart. Now, before you scroll away, I need you to stop for just 1 second. What you are about to hear did not find you by accident. Out of every person in the world today, this message landed with you. And if you stay until the very last word, you will understand exactly why. Something has already been set in motion on your behalf. Heaven has an urgent, specific message for you, and by the time this is over, everything you have been quietly feeling will finally make sense. Stay with me. Today is a great day, precious soul. A day to receive an answer that was born straight from heaven itself. An answer rising out of a love so deep, so persistent, that it could no longer stay silent. And that love has been searching for you. Your soulmate wants to see you. Cannot wait much longer, because there is something you need to know right now, and heaven has chosen this exact moment to bring it to you. This message found you because heaven heard something no one else could hear. Prayer. A request made with such raw surrender, such deep feeling, that it moved the invisible world. Someone who thinks of you constantly did not ask for something small. They asked for a meeting, a new beginning, a real chance. And now the moment has arrived to make that prayer real. For a long time, you have felt a certain energy coming toward you. You have noticed it in small moments throughout your day, in thoughts that appear without any reason, in moments when your heart speeds up and you cannot explain why. Not one single bit of this is coincidence. It is the presence of someone much closer than you realize. Someone who has been sending you signs of what is about to unfold. Your love can no longer hold back the desire to see you. There is a longing so deep, so steady, that it has pushed through every barrier between you. And now that longing is becoming something real. God heard the prayer, and the angels were sent to prepare you, because what is coming is going to surprise you in the most beautiful way. What is arriving in your life is not just a moment. It is the answer to a deep desire. It is confirmation that the love you carry in your heart is also beating in another heart, one that has been looking for you. This person prayed, and in that prayer they brought your spirit before God. They asked for light. They asked for direction. They asked for a sign that could reach you with full clarity and truth. And this message, right here, right now, is that sign. It was born in heaven, but it carries the full weight of the most sincere human emotion imaginable. What you are about to understand is the result of the faith of two souls, yours and your soulmates. And when two souls ask with their whole hearts, God moves. God sends. God answers. This is that answer. A real love is truly drawing near. A meeting that carries meaning. A moment when words will no longer need to be guessed, because they will finally be spoken out loud with courage. You will see everything clearly. You will understand what is about to happen if you stay open to what I am about to share. Stay with me all the way to the end, because this is the most important moment that has existed between the two of you so far. And I am going to show you everything you need to know so this encounter happens in the most beautiful, purposeful, and blessed way you both deserve. While you were living your life trying to understand what this feeling kept pointing to, your soulmate was doing something that takes real courage. Surrendering their heart completely into God's hands and asking for an answer. It was not a rushed prayer, not an impatient request. It was a deep and honest conversation full of truth and total surrender. Every word that rose from that heart was like a seed planted in heaven, with the faith that something above would truly listen. And it did. It was in that sacred moment that something began moving in the spiritual world. This person asked for a sign. They asked for a real chance to get closer to you. They asked for clear proof that what they felt was not in vain. They asked with the kind of faith that only grows when the heart can no longer carry everything alone. And it was exactly that faith that brought this message to you right now. What you are receiving did not come from words thrown into the wind. It came from a decided action. A prayer made with such intensity that it crossed time and space and arrived exactly where it needed to go. It arrived here, and it arrived with you, who are now beginning to understand that you are not alone in what you feel. So many times your soulmate thought about how to close the distance, how to push through the doubts, how to reach you in exactly the right way. But the truth is, when love is real, the most powerful thing you can do is place everything into the hands of the one who sees what we cannot. And that is exactly what this person did. They chose to trust God, even without knowing how or when it would all come together. Do not think for a moment it was easy. Asking takes real courage, especially when it is about a feeling this deep, held quietly for this long. But true love always finds a way to ask for help. That is how your soulmate, without knowing all the details of what was coming, made a request that touched heaven. The words were simple, but the feeling behind them was enormous. It was not about asking for guarantees or promises. It was about asking for presence, longing for a moment when eyes could finally meet, when what has been locked inside the heart could be spoken honestly. It was a request for truth, for connection, for opportunity. And when love expresses itself this way, the universe does not stand still. God listens carefully and begins to act, not with haste, but with perfect timing. That is why you are here receiving this right now, because now is the right time. Everything is beginning to align so that what was once only a feeling becomes something you can actually live. You may not have made this request with spoken words, but your heart also called out. It also longed. It also waited. And when two hearts ask for the same thing, heaven responds. Because true love always echoes the loudest. The love of your soulmate was moved by something that cannot be controlled. A feeling that persists, that grows, that insists on existing despite everything. Despite distance, despite time, despite all the hard moments. And it was this kind of love that brought everything here. Now that this connection is being revealed, something inside you is beginning to settle into place. Because deep down, you already felt it. You already carried this knowing. You already noticed the signs. You only needed confirmation. And here it is. Do not doubt yourself. When a love chooses to bring your name before heaven, that says everything about how much you matter to this person. No soul surrenders in prayer for someone who is not truly special. And you are. You are the answer your soulmate has been longing to find. Something happens when two souls are deeply connected. One begins to feel the presence of the other even before any meeting takes place. It does not matter where you are right now or what you are doing. If you pay close attention, you will notice that your love is already present in the small moments of your day, almost as if the universe is quietly preparing you for something important. It is that memory that comes without explanation. A thought that arrives strongly in the middle of your busy day. A sudden wave of emotion. A longing that has no date attached to it, but that settles in with real weight. All of this is your soulmate's presence touching you, even from a distance. This person has been thinking of you so much that the connection has gone beyond what logic can explain. What was once just a feeling is now becoming living energy, finding its way to reach you. No matter the physical space between you, When two souls are joined by something this true, no barrier can block that exchange. Your soulmate does not just long to see you. They are sending you thoughts, hopes, and pictures of a future by your side. And that is why, from time to time, you feel as though a memory is being built before it even happens. It is the vibration of the desire to be together, already touching you, already preparing the path. What this person feels for you is not uncertainty. It is not casual interest. It is certainty. The certainty that something exists between you that goes far beyond what the eyes can see. That is why, even without having said a word yet, this person is already making their presence known, with real intentions, with a heart fully turned toward you, with hope in what is about to be revealed. Notice how certain songs move you more than they used to, how certain places carry a feeling you cannot quite name, how some words spoken by others seem to softly land on the person you carry in your heart. All of this is happening because your soulmate's presence is already entering your emotional space. It is not chance that your feelings have been more intense in recent days. Something inside you has been growing louder, an inner pull that connects you directly to this someone. Even without hearing words or seeing clear actions yet, your soulmate has been placing real intention into every thought sent your way. These are not random thoughts. They are full of feeling, full of direction, full of the genuine desire to be near you. And all of this is growing stronger because the right time has come for you both to truly perceive each other. You must have already felt how this presence calms you at certain moments, as if a quiet force is walking beside you, understanding you without needing to speak. This is real, because your love has been placing their heart in prayer for you. And when someone prays with this much love, that energy always finds its destination. Maybe you cannot explain what you are feeling right now, but what matters is that you are feeling it. That alone is enough. The truth is, this presence is no longer far away. It is near. It is active. It is alive within you. And as this connection grows stronger, you are beginning to shift. Your thoughts are finding a new direction. Your feelings are finding balance. Your hope is being rekindled. Because true love does not only touch the heart, it changes the way you see everything around you. This is not happening in an ordinary way. It is being guided by something much greater. You may not be able to see it yet, but there is a divine purpose behind all of this. A sacred care preparing every detail so that this moment arrives in the most beautiful way possible. Your soulmate no longer wants to remain only in thought. They are actively looking for ways to be truly present in your life. And that is why you feel this intensity, because true love shows up with real power when it is finally ready to be lived. Now here is why this love is in such a hurry to reach you. When a true feeling is born, it does not fade with time. It may go quiet for a season. It may stay still on the outside, but inside, it keeps insisting on existing. The love of your soulmate is exactly like this. It did not accept being forgotten. It did not accept being pushed aside. It did not accept becoming just a memory. This love refused to give up. While the world seemed to move forward, this person was quietly fighting within themselves to keep the flame of what they feel for you burning. Not with noise, with intensity, with thoughts that kept coming back, with memories that still stirred emotion, with plans that were never truly abandoned. Your soulmate carries within them the deep desire to live something that has not yet been fully lived. And that is why this love stayed. This person has faced doubts, questions, uncertain days, but even through all of it, they always came back to the same place, the feeling they carry for you, not as an escape, as a truth that insists on existing. There is such a strong connection between you that even when they tried to move past it, the heart would not allow it. Your love had every opportunity to give up, and chose to keep going anyway, continuing to love without guarantees, without answers, without any certainties. That takes real courage. Every time something tried to push this person toward another path, something inside them said, "It is not over yet." And that voice was not imagination. That was love speaking louder than everything else. The most beautiful part is that this persistence came not from stubbornness, but from hope. Hope that there was still time to build something true. Hope that honest conversation was still possible. That what exists between you could still become everything it was always meant to be. And now that hope is about to become reality. It is not easy to keep believing when everything around you feels uncertain. But your soulmate chose to trust God, to trust what they feel, to trust that even when everything seemed still, something was being prepared above. And it was that trust that held this love together until right now. You may never have imagined how often you were thought of during this time, but you were. Your name repeated in quiet, deep thoughts. Your smile imagined on the hardest days. Your presence longed for when life felt heavy. And each of those memories only strengthened the knowing that something very precious still exists between you. This love is not coming from someone who is lost. It is coming from someone who found their own heart again and understood that you are part of a place no one else could ever fill. It is a feeling built with truth, held together by a longing that never lost its sense of hope. The choice to stay firm, even when everything pointed in another direction, was an act of love. Because loving is also refusing to let go of something that makes deep, soul-level sense, even when logic says otherwise. This person held on to faith, and that faith is what brought this message into your life. The feeling of your soulmate never stopped reaching for you, never lost its strength, and now it is ready to reveal itself with clarity, with action, with honest words, and with the desire to finally live what is still waiting between you. Nothing happening right now began by chance. Everything has a reason. Every detail, every strange feeling in recent days, every thought that arrived without warning, all of it is part of something greater, being revealed to you with care and intention. Heaven has been trying to show you for some time now that something is approaching. And this something has a name, has a feeling, has truth. You may have already felt a sudden shiver without any reason, or heard a song and found yourself carried back to a love that lives quietly inside you. Maybe a dream so vivid it felt real, or a recurring coincidence around someone's name. These signs are real, and they are not coming from nowhere. The spiritual world has been using what you can sense to touch something that goes beyond the eyes. When heaven wants to prepare you for a revelation, it starts slowly. It wakes up your sensitivity, your intuition, your ability to notice what you would normally walk past. And you have been open to this even without fully understanding it. These signs are not random. They are answers. Your soulmate asked for confirmation, asked to be guided to you, asked that you too would feel this calling. And since then, the universe has been placing clues in your path that would only make complete sense when the right moment arrived. That moment is now. Notice how in recent weeks, certain memories came back with more force. The longing felt different, heavier, more specific. Your heart seemed more open, as if quietly waiting for something it could not yet name. All of this was the beginning of preparation. The love of your soulmate is drawing near with real intensity, and heaven is using every possible way to prepare you for what comes next. That is why even on the days when you tried to move forward or forget, there was always something gently pulling you back. It was not confusion. It was direction. Life was lovingly showing you that something precious still needed to be lived. And now that truth is beginning to show itself more clearly. Perhaps you wondered if you were imagining too much. But the answer is clear: you were not. When two souls are truly in harmony, one feels when the other is calling. One senses when the other longs to come closer. And the energy of the intention sent by your love found its way to you using every channel heaven knew your heart could understand. The signs did not arrive with noise. They came with meaning, in the form of memories that warm you, intuitions that do not fade, emotions that refuse to be pushed aside. They came as confirmation that this love still beats with truth, and that this person is approaching with a heart full of desire to finally live what you have not yet fully experienced together. The prayers of your soulmate carried very specific requests. One of them was that you would not get lost, that even with the passing of time, you would still be able to feel what is being built between you. And that request was answered, because you are here, feeling, knowing, because deep down you always understood this feeling carried something more. Heaven would not have sent this many signs if something powerful was not being prepared. Everything shown to you until now was meant to remind you that true love never fades. It may grow quiet, it may seem still, but when the right moment comes, it rises with everything it has. And now that moment is here. When love insists across time, it is because it has waited long enough. What your soulmate feels for you is not new or temporary. It is a feeling that resisted time, uncertain seasons, and moments when everything felt impossible. Even though this person waited for the right moment, now the waiting no longer serves any purpose. There is a different kind of urgency when two souls begin to truly align. And this urgency does not come from fear of losing. It comes from the certainty that it is no longer fair to keep putting off what is already ripe and ready to happen. Your soulmate feels that keeping this love hidden has become almost unbearable. Not from weakness, from intensity, because the feeling has grown so much that it no longer fits inside silence or distance. This person spent a long time trusting that everything would unfold in its own time. And it did. But now the heart can no longer hold everything alone. There is now a real, burning desire to speak, to come closer, to show through action everything that words have been holding back. Longing has turned into impulse, and love has become courage. There are moments when your soulmate catches themselves imagining what it would feel like to finally say what they feel, to look into your eyes and let everything out, to hear you, to be truly close to you, not to go back to what was, but to build something new with maturity, with truth, with full surrender. And this desire has grown so strong that heaven had to step in to make this moment possible. Waiting no longer heals anything, because what needed healing has been healed. What needed time has had its time. What remains now is to walk in the right direction. And that direction leads to you. The name that lives inside your soulmate's thoughts is yours. The face that appears in quiet, unexpected moments is yours. The presence that is missing is yours. Many times this person tried to let time carry everything away. But no other path fit as perfectly as the one that leads back to you. And that is exactly what made the heart ache. Not from emptiness, but from urgency. The urgency to live something true before life moves too quickly past it. God does not allow a love this great to be awakened only to stay hidden. Two souls truly come together when both are ready. And your soulmate's readiness is no longer just emotional. It is spiritual. It comes from such a grounded, deep place that nothing else makes sense unless it is alongside you. This person feels it has been too long carrying everything alone inside. So now there is a different kind of movement rising from within. A movement that says the time has come to show what is there, because hiding no longer protects anyone. It only creates distance where there should be closeness. The urgency comes from love, from the will to build something real, from the faith that you feel something similar. And you do, not through words, but through sensations that appear in the middle of your ordinary days, through thoughts that rise unexpectedly, through signs that seem small but land with surprising weight. This is not coincidence. This is two souls beginning to vibrate together. And when that happens on both sides, there is no reason left to keep waiting. Everything is being prepared so that this meeting can happen in the most natural and beautiful way possible. Your soulmate can no longer contain the desire to see you, to look into your eyes, to say everything that has been kept inside, to feel that love still breathes on both sides. The waiting had a purpose, but it no longer serves one. And that is why this message found you, because God saw it was time. Your soulmate made a clear and honest request, that the universe would allow this meeting without more delays, without more barriers, with freedom, with love. And heaven is confirming that this love still beats strongly, and that this person is ready to show you everything that has been held inside, with sincere words and real action. Your soulmate no longer wants to think about what could have been. They want to live what can still be, and right now is exactly the right moment for that to happen. Because when two souls are truly ready, life brings together what was born to be complete. There is a truth kept in your soulmate's heart that can no longer stay silent, a truth that has been locked away, waiting for the right moment to finally come out. And that moment is now, not as an impulse, but as a deep necessity. Because this truth has been growing stronger until it simply cannot be contained. This truth is not just made of words. It is made of feeling, of memories, of everything left unsaid before, now needing space to breathe. Your soulmate no longer wants to carry this alone. Not from weakness, but because the time has come to share it, to open what was lived in silence, to reveal what was felt on days when you had no idea. For a long time, this person tried to protect themselves from the intensity of what they feel. But the heart was always stronger. And today, what once seemed confusing is completely clear. This person discovered that the feeling for you never faded. That what exists between you is not something old or unresolved. It is living love. Love that matured, that resisted everything trying to put it out. The truth coming toward you carries the weight of genuine longing and the strength of real hope. Because your soulmate understands that not everything was perfect, that there were hard moments, distance, difficulty, but above all, understands that the feeling remained. And what matters now is not to explain the past, but to show through action what can still be built starting today. This person wants you to know you were thought of far more than you can imagine. That there were nights when the only thing that made sense was to remember you. That even when trying to follow other paths, the heart always came back to the same place. To you. And there is no way to pretend that does not matter. There is a sincere request being prepared. A desire to start again from a truer, deeper, more honest place. A request for presence, for real connection, for a chance to build something together that is genuine, without rush, without doubt, without anything left halfway. This truth is being pushed forward by the soul itself. It is surfacing because it can no longer be ignored. This someone wants you to know you were never forgotten, that the feeling never grew cold, that the desire to be close to you is real and urgent. And more than all of that, They want you to know that God was part of this decision. Because this person only found the courage to fully accept what they feel after asking heaven for direction. And heaven answered. The courage forming inside your soulmate's heart right now is the direct result of faith placed in prayer. Faith that by opening the heart completely, this love will finally have the space it has always deserved. You will notice that this truth is simple, because the deepest feelings do not need many words. They show up in actions, in a look, in the tone of a voice. Your soulmate is preparing to approach you with complete honesty, to show that this love still breathes, still longs, still hopes. And what may touch you most is not what will be said, but what you will feel, because this connection is alive. And what is coming has the power to change everything, because truth sets free, and love, when it is real, transforms. This message is also an invitation to listen with an open heart, to see with fresh eyes, to feel more deeply, because this person has something important to say. But more than that, they have something true to offer. A love that resisted time, resisted doubt, resisted every attempt to forget. What is being prepared is not a look back at the past. It is a present decision, a desire rising from the soul, an urgency to show through action that what connects you is greater than any obstacle that has ever stood between you. This truth is coming, and when it arrives, you will understand why you felt everything you did in recent times. Because everything you felt was the echo of a love that never gave up reaching for you. There is a dream that has been quietly tended in your soulmate's heart for longer than you know. A pure, sincere desire filled with feelings that were never released or forgotten. This dream was not born from chance. It was born from the connection you created together, from the depth of everything that was felt between you, and from the honest desire to live something that still beats with life. This person does not want to go back to the past. They want to build a real present with more maturity, more honesty, more full surrender. And this dream involves you. It involves your presence, your openness, your heart willing to receive what is coming. Many nights passed with the quiet, steady thought of what it would feel like to simply be with you again, but differently, with more calm, more truth, not with empty promises, with real action, with sincere demonstrations of everything that has been held back for so long. This is the dream about to come true, a dream already placed in prayer, held through difficult seasons by faith alone. Your soulmate asked God for the chance to live this love the right way, for wisdom not to repeat old patterns, for strength to act with courage, for the sensitivity to reach you again, not with perfect words, but with authenticity. This heart has been shaped by the waiting, and today it is ready to open completely, without confusion, without holding back. You are part of this dream too, even without knowing it. Even when you thought everything was behind you, you were still part of what your soulmate longed to live. That is why so many things came back to your mind. That is why so many signs kept finding you. Because the dream about to be fulfilled is not one-sided. It is a meeting of two willing hearts. Heaven heard every request made by this person. And when a heart keeps asking with genuine truth, God acts. What is coming is not only the physical presence of someone who loves you. It is a deep emotional shift, a transformation from the inside out. Because when a love is blessed by heaven, it arrives with peace, with strength, and with perfect clarity. There is no more room for doubt. The season of indecision is over. Your soulmate is ready to step forward and show you with action that this dream is not only beautiful. It is real. It is possible. It is deserved. because you both walked paths that prepared you for exactly this encounter. Every moment of longing, every stretch of silence, every hard season lived until now shaped the depth that will hold what is about to happen. Your soulmate's dream is not made of perfect scenes. It is made of true presence, of honest conversations, of real plans, of words that warm, of actions that confirm everything the heart has been quietly saying for so long. And when this love reveals itself, you will understand that everything you felt until now was preparation, so you could live this with full intensity. This person wants to see you not only out of longing, but out of purpose, because they have understood that keeping this dream only for themselves makes no sense anymore. What was meant to be lived by two cannot be carried alone. And that is why this message found you, to prepare you, so that when it all unfolds, you will know it is real, it is mutual, it is true. The days ahead will carry even clearer signs. You will feel it in your spirit, in the details of your daily life. You will notice your heart becoming more open, because when what is coming is genuine, it does not bring fear. It brings peace. It brings presence. It brings confidence. Heaven has already given permission for this dream to become reality. Now the next step is yours, to allow yourself to feel, to receive, to live. Because what is approaching is not just a new phase. It is the chance to experience what for so long was only imagined in the quiet hours of the night. Now this dream wants to step into your days. It wants a real place in your heart. And everything is being arranged so that when you meet, this love will finally be everything it was always meant to be. True, whole, mutual, blessed. It is not always easy to put a name on what you feel. Sometimes the heart knows first, and the mind tries to catch up later. But if you look within honestly, you will remember, there were days when your chest felt heavy for no clear reason. Nights when your thoughts settled on someone specific without any warning. And no matter how much you tried to redirect yourself, something inside kept pointing you back in the same direction. This happens because true love does not only communicate through words, it moves through sensations. When two souls are genuinely connected, one feels when the other is thinking deeply. One responds when the other longs. And even without realizing it, your soul has been answering your soulmate's presence with clear signs of connection. Perhaps you woke up feeling like something important was about to happen, or you felt an unexplained tightness in your chest. A kind of longing as if a very specific presence was simply missing. That was not just emptiness. It was a calling. It was the energy of someone drawing near with truth, with intensity, with a real desire to be close to you. It is not coincidence when the heart keeps returning to someone so often. And it is not chance when the same name appears in unexpected ways, as if the universe is nudging you softly and consistently. This is connection. This is a sign. And you felt all of this because your soul had already been quietly receiving this love. Your soulmate has been connecting with you through thoughts, through longing, through prayer. And because you carry a sensitivity within you that you may not have fully recognized, this connection began to bloom inside your awareness. At times you felt the urge to reach out to someone specific, but something told you to wait. At other times you felt a peace arrive out of nowhere, as if an invisible presence were gently holding you. That was not imagination. That was an answer. The intensity of what you have felt in recent days is part of this spiritual drawing near. When the hearts of two people begin to resonate on the same level, the signs appear first inside the soul. You do not need to see in order to know. Feeling is what truly confirms. And what you felt was real, the energy of love reaching out to you. When feelings arrive without explanation, the first impulse is often to doubt. The mind tries to explain it away, says it is just loneliness, just imagination. But what comes from the soul cannot be rationalized. What comes from the soul is recognized. And you have been recognizing this, perceiving it, feeling it, even without the words for it. Every time your heart raced without obvious reason. Every time a memory returned with unexpected force. You were receiving part of what your soulmate was feeling for you. This is more than coincidence. This is soul connection. This is proof that the two of you are being guided towards something greater. And now you begin to understand. Everything that moved you in recent times, everything that made you pause and think of someone with a tender heart, was the reflection of what was also being felt on the other side. It was the energy of a love that longs to be lived, to reveal itself, to finally draw near for real. This silent exchange has been gaining strength. And the more your soulmate longed to be close, the more you felt the pull to understand what was stirring inside you. Now you know. This bond has a name, a direction, purpose, and what you felt was completely real. There is no reason to keep pushing away what your heart has been trying to show you. The connection between you is alive. And this message has come to confirm everything your soul had already been quietly sensing. Sometimes love arrives as longing even before a moment is set. But now it is no longer longing for its own sake. It is the clear signal that something is about to happen. You felt it because you have always been part of this love, even when it seemed far away. And now everything you felt begins to make sense. It was not an illusion. It was love calling you back. It was your soul recognizing the touch of someone who never stopped believing in the two of you. Everything revealed up to this point has one clear purpose: to prepare your heart for something true that is unfolding right now. The approach of your soulmate is no longer a vague intention. It is a reality slowly and beautifully taking shape. This person is preparing to take an important step toward you. Not with promises, with action. There is a plan being built with real care, with attention, with truth. Every detail is being considered based on what truly matters: the connection between you, the love that held on, and the genuine desire to live this feeling with full presence and honesty. The approach will happen in the most human way possible, in a simple moment, but one filled completely with truth. It may come through a message that touches you deeply, an unexpected contact, a look that carries everything words could not. But the most important thing is that this moment will bring such a clear sense of rightness that nothing will be able to shake it. Because everything will be aligned at once: the heart, the timing, and the purpose. Your soulmate wants to show you through action that this feeling was never forgotten, but tended, protected, and kept alive. That what seemed distant was actually being quietly built from within. And now the time has come to let you feel all of this, not as a dream, but as something you can actually reach. The meeting will happen at the right time, and that time is very near, because there is real urgency in this person's heart. A sincere will to speak, to listen, to truly feel you close again. What was once only desire has now become an emotional need. Your soulmate no longer wants to carry all of this alone. They want to share it with you, to look into your eyes and let truth speak louder than any doubt from the past. You will not need to force anything. The approach will come naturally, because when something is genuinely true, it arrives with ease. What is coming does not ask for proof, only for presence, only for honesty, only for a heart willing to listen and another willing to finally speak with truth. This moment will be marked by real emotion. There will be words spoken slowly because the feelings run so deep. But there will also be peace, the kind of peace born when two people look at each other with true recognition. Your soulmate wants you to feel in that instant that everything was worth it, that the waiting carried a purpose, that this love was not lost, it was maturing. This meeting will not be perfect in its surface details, but it will be complete in its essence, filled with meanings only the two of you will fully understand. Because what is lived with the heart never needs too much explanation. It is simply felt, and that is always enough. You may be surprised by the way everything unfolds. Perhaps not in the way you imagined, but in a better way. Real, without masks, without pretending. Heaven does not work with spectacle. It works with purpose. And the purpose of this meeting is clear: to align two souls who at different moments and in different ways asked for the very same thing. God heard both sides, and now the setting is being prepared. Details you cannot see yet are being adjusted, things that will make all the difference. The synchronicity that will bring you to your soulmate is already moving. Small events will begin to show you that something greater is orchestrating everything. You only need to remain open, sensitive to what you feel, ready for what comes. What once seemed impossible is becoming something real. Because when the intention is pure and faith is fully surrendered, love always finds a way. What is coming will ask for courage, but it will also bring a peace you have not felt in a long time. Because that is what true love does. It stirs you on the inside and calms you on the outside. Turns emptiness into presence. It changes uncertainty into direction. The moment is near, and you will recognize it when it arrives. You will feel it in the very air, because love has the extraordinary power to turn any ordinary moment into something that marks you forever. Your soulmate is ready, and now you two are beginning to prepare for the instant that will shape the story of you both. This meeting will not happen because chance decided it. It will be the result of prayer, of love, of faith, and of the courage it took to keep believing. All of that was born inside both of you, and now it is finding the right moment to fully bloom. The time has come to live what for so long was only felt in silence and longed for with the whole heart. There are things that only God knows in their true depth. What was cultivated between you and your soulmate went through seasons that only heaven fully witnessed. There were moments when this person felt lost within their own emotions and yet continued to pray. There were days when you felt alone, not knowing that at that very moment a prayer was rising with your name inside it. And it was in those prayers that the blessing began to take form. This blessing does not come only for the heart that asked. It comes as confirmation for two hearts that, even at a distance, kept beating with the same deep desire. Heaven heard when everything still felt fragile. God saw when the pain felt greater than the hope. And still the blessing was being woven together, not in haste, but in perfect readiness. Because everything true takes time to become what it is meant to be. Now this blessing is being revealed, not as something sudden or dramatic, but as a truth carefully built between time, faith, and the will to love again. What is about to happen between you and your soulmate is not chance. It is the fruit of everything that was lived, felt, waited for, and placed in God's hands. This connection is not ordinary. It was protected even when it seemed broken, guarded even when the world suggested other paths were better. And that is why right now you feel this mix of emotion and certainty rising in your chest. The emotion of someone who waited a long time for a moment like this, and the certainty of someone who knows, deep in their soul, they are no longer alone in this feeling. Heaven has prepared this time. You are about to live something that no longer depends on the past. Because this blessing is about right now. About who you have become. About the maturity born through difficulty. about the love forged through absence, about the faith that never fully disappeared. What lies ahead is unlike anything you have lived before, because it will be built on truth. Your soulmate is being guided clearly. There is a spiritual movement leading this person's steps toward you. No confusion, no hesitation, only direction. And this direction is being confirmed within you as well, through the signs you have already noticed, through the emotions that have grown more intense, through the peace quietly settling in even before any action has been taken. This blessing does not demand effort. It only asks for acceptance, to accept that love can be reborn from a new and truer place, to accept that two people can be more ready now than they have ever been before, to accept that the desire to live something real is a gift from above, and that it deserves to be respected, protected, and fully lived. You may try to understand all of this with your mind, but this blessing was made to be felt with the soul. What is coming will be surrounded by something that goes beyond words. It will be a kind of deep recognition, as if the hearts were quietly telling each other, "You came back. I waited for this," not as lost time, as a fulfilled promise. That is why this moment carries such weight, because it was born from two sincere desires placed before God. And when heaven blesses a union, no obstacle has the power to stop it. There are angels watching over this reunion. Protection is woven into every detail, every action, every word that will be spoken. You will feel everything falling into place. You will see the waiting, the doubts, the long silences all transform into understanding, into clarity, into something that finally makes complete sense. Because when God acts at the right time, there is no room left for fear. There is only room for love. Now that everything has been revealed, you no longer need to carry unanswered questions. The presence of your soulmate is drawing near with truth, with intention, with courage, and with the blessing of the one who heard, who saw, and who prepared this moment with complete care. This blessing is not only around you, it is inside both of you, and it will show up in the form of a love that recognizes, embraces, and fully surrenders. The time has come to live what was kept for so long as a quiet promise, because what was asked for with faith will be lived with love. And heaven has already confirmed it. Everything is ready. This message found you because your soul also called out for answers. And heaven, which hears what the mouth does not say, chose to respond to the prayer of two people who resonate with each other even across distance. Your soulmate did not give up. Even when time tried to erase what was felt, they held on to the love they carry for you even through uncertainty. And now, with courage renewed and feeling fully alive, this person is drawing near, ready to show you that the love between you is real, possible, and worth every moment of the wait. This connection is proof that God sees what the world does not always understand. He hears the prayer whispered at midnight, the thought that keeps rising without explanation, the ache in the chest that only softens when a certain name is remembered. And it was because of all of this that heaven sent this answer. The closeness is already spiritual, and soon it will become something you can see and feel in the world around you. You are not imagining things. Everything you have felt has its roots in what was built between you and your soulmate. And now it is being awakened with strength and clear direction. Allow yourself to believe, not with anxiety, with faith, because what is coming does not need to be forced or proven. It will simply be lived day by day with presence and truth. Your soulmate wants to show you with action what was once only felt in prayer. And when that moment comes, you will understand why so many signs kept finding you. You will see that everything fits, that everything made sense even when it seemed confusing at the time. The love between you was never lost. It was being kept safe. And now God gives permission for this love to step out of the quiet space of promises and become the living reality it was always meant to be. Do not close yourself off from this. Do not protect yourself from what comes to heal you. The love that seeks you does not come to take. It comes to give, to add, to build a new chapter where real connection replaces doubt, and presence heals everything that distance tried to wound. What is about to happen will not be just any moment. It will be a turning point, an instant that separates what was from what is to come. And what comes is different because now there is maturity, faith, and clear direction. There is the understanding that love is not made of perfection, but of the courage to stay when everything else says to go. This message was a preparation, a gift, and a living promise that what is being prepared will be far greater than you imagined. Not because it will be perfect in every detail, but because it will be true in everything that matters. And that is what makes all the difference. Pay attention. The universe will begin to show you even clearer signs. Small moments, feelings, words that land just right. Everything will start to align. And when this person appears before you with an open and honest heart, you will remember what you received here today. And you will know, without any doubt, that this was real from the very beginning. Your part now is simple. Trust, receive, be present, and allow yourself to live the love that comes as heaven's answer to what your soul never stopped quietly desiring. What is coming is blessing. It is love. It is truth, and it will be worth every single second of the wait. The angels are with you. They were with you before this message found you, and they will walk with you long after. You are loved more than you know. You are guided more than you realize, and the path ahead is lit by something far greater than chance. May peace be with you today, tomorrow, and every day to come. With infinite love, your guardian angels. End of text.